Every woman who has ever cut her hair after a breakup already knows this is real. She just didn't have the language for it. We've spent 3 weeks on forgiveness, naming the lie, doing the clearing ritual, and sealing the field. Today we're talking about what comes next, marking the shift in your body so you know the old chapter is actually over. And we're doing it through your hair. I'm going to cover why hair has been treated as sacred, dangerous, and politically charged across almost every culture in human history, what that tells us about its actual energetic function, and how to use it intentionally as a ritual marking instead of just a style choice. Hi, I'm Melanie, your witchy mother. Around here we do practical rituals and zero performance. Let's start with the history because it matters. Hair has been a site of spiritual control across cultures for thousands of years, and it's almost always women's hair specifically that gets legislated, covered, cut, and regulated. In the Hebrew Bible, a woman's hair is described as her glory, and therefore something that should be covered in worship spaces because her glory might compete with God's. In many evangelical traditions, long hair on women is a sign of submission to male authority. Cutting it signals rebellion. The Amish cut a woman's hair as punishment. Nuns have their hair shorn upon taking their vows. It's the removal of feminine power as an act of consecration to an institution. And it's not just religious systems. In the American South, enslaved black women were forced to cover their hair because natural black hair was seen as threatening, as a marker of power that couldn't be fully controlled. The tradition of hair wrapping that developed in response became a form of coded resistance and spiritual protection simultaneously. In Yoruba tradition, the head, and by extension the hair, is considered the seat of the Ori, the personal spirit, the crown. Touching someone's hair without permission isn't just rude, it's a violation of their spiritual sovereignty. Notice the pattern. Wherever systems of control exist, hair is one of the first things they go after. Because on some level, they know what we're only now recovering the language for. Hair is an antenna. It receives and transmits energy. And a woman who knows that and uses it intentionally is harder to manage. Hair grows from follicles that are directly connected to your nervous system. Every strand has a root that is embedded in living tissue, fed by blood, surrounded by nerve endings. Hair is not dead material sitting on top of your head. It is a living extension of your body's most sophisticated sensing system. There's a reason the phrase standing on end exists. Your hair responds to threat, to electricity, to energetic charge. It physically moves in response to your nervous system's state. That's not a metaphor, that's biology. Now add to that hair holds memory. This is documented not just in folk tradition, but in forensic science. Hair retains chemical signatures of what your body has been through, what it's been exposed to, what stress it's carried. Clearly mine has carried a lot of stress. Your hair is literally a physical record of your field over time. When you cut your hair intentionally after a period of significant change, you are not just changing your appearance. You are physically removing material that holds the energetic record of what you're leaving behind. You are starting a new record. That's why it feels the way it does. That's why it works. Across traditions, hair cutting and styling has been used to mark major energetic thresholds: births, deaths, initiations, and transitions. In many indigenous traditions, hair is cut in mourning, the physical removal of what connected you to the person who died, a severance that allows grief to move through and eventually complete. You don't cut it until you're ready to mark the ending as real. In Hinduism, the Mundan ceremony shaves a child's head in the first years of life, removing the hair grown in the womb, which carries the karma of previous lives and beginning the child's own energetic record fresh. In West African and diasporic traditions, the way hair is braided, wrapped, and adorned communicates lineage, status, spiritual protection, and identity. The braiding itself is a ritual act. The hands of the braider bringing intention into every strand. In European folk magic, hair was collected after cutting, and then they would bury it, burn it, or keep it for protection, because it was understood to carry the energetic signature of the person it came from. Giving your cut hair to a stranger or leaving it where it could be collected was considered dangerous for exactly this reason. And in virtually every culture's magical tradition, you do something specific with hair when you want to make a major shift. Cut it, wrap it, adorn it, or all three. What's happening in all of these cases is the same thing, using the antenna deliberately. So how do you actually do this? For a major transition, cutting. If you're ready to mark something as genuinely over, a relationship, a belief system, a version of yourself, a deliberate cut is one of the most powerful physical rituals available to you. During the turmoil of my second divorce, I cut my hair straight down to a pixie, shaved and everything. This is not about the size of the cut. Cutting 1 inch with full intention does more than cutting 12 inches while disassociated. Before you go to the salon or pick up the scissors, name what you're releasing. Be specific, write it down if you need to. The cut marks the line between what was and what comes next. After the cut, do a brief sealing. The anointing sequence from week 2 works well here. Or simply run your hands over your head slowly and say, I begin here. For ongoing maintenance, you have intentional styling. Every time you style your hair, you have an opportunity to set an intention for your field that day. Before you style, hold your hands over your head for a moment and ask a simple question. What do I want my field to transmit today? And then style with that answer in your hands. If it's up and pinned and contained, I am focused, protected, not available for energetic drain. If it's down, loose, and moving, I am open, receiving, and in flow. If it's braided or wrapped, I am held, anchored, and protected by lineage. These aren't rules. They're a framework for making a daily, unconscious act into a daily, conscious one. For receiving, you would anoint it. Hair anointing is one of the oldest glamour magic practices in existence. It's in the Bible, it's in Greek tradition, it's in Ayurvedic practice. Oil applied to the scalp and worked through the hair while holding an intention is a prayer, a charm, and a nervous system regulation practice all at once. The scalp is one of the most densely nerve-connected areas of your body. Slow, intentional touch there activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and receive state. When you anoint your hair with intention, you are simultaneously casting a charm and physiologically shifting your body into a state capable of receiving it. That's not coincidence, that's design. Week 1, we named the lie. Forced forgiveness is performance, not healing, and some people don't deserve access to your field. Week 2, we cleared and we sealed. Severance, clearing, and sealing, the full ritual sequence that makes the release actually hold. This week, we're marking it. We're using the body, the hair, the adornment, the visible self, to say that chapter is complete and this is who I am now. This is what glamour magic actually is. Not making yourself pretty for other people. Using the visible, physical self as a declaration of your own field. Dressing, adorning, and styling, not for approval, not for performance, but as an act of sovereignty. When you walk into a room knowing that your hair is intentionally set, your field is sealed, and your adornment is a ward, that's not vanity, that's power. If this is landing in your body, if something in here recognized itself, there's more. My Sinner's Grimoire has 5 spells, including a glamour working you can start tonight. You can get it at the link in the description. And if you've been doing the deconditioning work, doing the rituals, changing the way you show up, and something still feels like it's not landing in your field the way it should, that's what a clarity session is for. We find the root and we handle it. The link is also in the description.